All right. It is October 18th. It is, what time is it? It's about 11:40. And I'm here at the No Kings protest here in Houston. So yeah, we're gonna walk around a little bit. We're gonna have a little, whoa, God. We're gonna have a little fun. I'm dripped out, as you can see. I wanted to make a statement today. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, right?
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or evening, whatever the fuck time of day you happen to be watching this at. So, this is some of the footage that I took at the No Kings protest on October 18th in Houston, Texas, and I just kind of wanted to share what it was like to be there, and also, obviously, I don't make videos like these that are super overtly political or anything. You know, I'm not one to sort of drag this kind of a conversation up unless there was a point to it, you know? And this was a big event. I was happy to be there. I was thrilled to be there, actually. It was amazing. And so I spent the entire day walking around with my camcorder, and I was just I wasn't really interacting with a lot of people because it was just me. And you saw the costume I was in. I was getting some comments here and there from people. But my main goal there was just to keep things a little bit silly, a little bit keep the silliness of the event up, because it is serious, obviously. But you see stuff like dogs walking around with angel wings, and you'll see eventually there are some wicked fucking costumes and shit. So obviously, yeah, there you go. There's I'm watching this footage as I'm recording this voiceover. But yeah, there were some ridiculous costumes. There were a lot of really nice people there. And I talk about it in the footage, but there were a lot of people older than me. Like a lot of really, I shouldn't say really old, that's not fair or true, but people who skewed a little bit older. And that was really cool to see. In general, this was just a cool event to be at because everyone was so friendly and we were all in agreement. Like, hey, the world fucking sucks right now, and it's because of, unfortunately, who a bunch of people, and also the Electoral College, that's an entirely different conversation though. The people who got put into office, they're kind of fucking everything up right now, at least here in the States. But obviously, you know, I'm gonna be saying the same thing everyone else is saying. The world sucks. This is basically Trump's fault. We could go a little bit further and say that, you know, this is due to corporate interests outweighing the interests of the general American populace. We could go further and talk about how the American economy is currently being propped up by an AI bubble. We could talk about a bunch of things. We could talk about how people are being, you know, pitted against one another, and there's like a class warfare that's being orchestrated by those at the top, and yada, 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 yada. Listen, I live in Texas. I see this shit basically every day. There are motherfuckers out here who, you know, still believe that trans people are evil, which is insane, right? Which is genuinely fucking insane. There's a little bit of a, an outward-facing perspective of like, hey, Texas is a very red state. Yes and no. Texas is a lot more purple than you would expect, and the closer you get to any of the big cities, you know, Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, any of those like big urban, like metropolitan areas, like more and more blue, stunningly blue in these areas. You really only see the super conservative red sections of Texas in the more rural areas, which tends to sort of work out to like the generalized perspective of the US, where it's like the more urban you get, the more leftist, the more progressive you tend to think. If you're more rural, the more conservative, the more, I don't want to say backwards, but definitely the more regressive you think. But yeah, here in Houston, there's just tons of progressive people here. Anyway, back to the protest itself. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I really wasn't interacting with people unless like there was a big thing, or I got a lot of comments while I was walking around getting footage of like, oh yeah, you must be hot in that thing. And you know, you see what I'm wearing. It's basically pajamas. And so I'm wearing these pajamas in like 90-degree humid fucking weather in the middle of the day in Texas It's like, yeah, no, I was sweating my balls off. I brought 2 bottles of water, 2 gigantic bottles of water, and I drank both of them just because of how much I was sweating, walking around, seeing shit. But the protest only lasted like an hour, and I got there at about 11:40, I think is what it said at the beginning of the video. So I was there for about an hour and 40 minutes. Sorry, an hour and 20 minutes. So I was just walking around, just trying to get as much footage as I could, just to sort of capture what it was like to be there, you know what I mean? Anyway, I think we're deep enough into this video to where we can just kind of lay it bare. You know, trans rights and gay rights are cool, and I think that they should be allowed to live. I think it's fucked up that a lot of our current administrations are doing everything within their power to make it so that they can't get the resources they need to live. I think it's fucked up that, you know, health insurance is basically just a normalized scam that we're all forced to play a part in. Housing sucks, even though there's plenty of houses for us to have. It's just that housing is now, instead of it being a necessity for everyone to eventually have, now it's an investment scheme, and I think that that's fucked up. Housing market is just, it's more fucking gambling, basically. I mean, all investing is gambling at the end of the day. It's just this hyper speculative market. Like, pretty much everything is a speculative market these days, right? You can't get fucking Pokemon cards. You can't get a house. You can't get certain things because they're, like, shoes are a speculative market. Like, what the fuck? What even is that, dude? I mean, yeah, everyone can clearly see that this current U.S. administration is just blatantly fascist. And being here at the protest was, like, hopeful. You know, I might have already said it, because this is just kind of me rambling and trying to turn this into a video that's gonna definitely be an outlier for my channel usually. I promise in the next video we'll go back to talking about fun stuff with Linux, and we'll go back to talking about like cool computer stuff. But hey, it was amazing to be here. I genuinely had a great time, even though all I was doing was, you know, walking around and recording footage with this camera that I have, which, by the way, what can I just say? The footage on this camera looks like utter dog shit, but it is exactly the kind of aesthetic that I wanted out of this. So, yeah, this camera is working wonderfully for me. And if you want to know more about the process of like transferring footage over from this camera to the computer and editing with it, that's what this week's behind the scenes video is going to be. So you can subscribe to the memberships. You can get a, you know, behind the scenes video where I explain how all of this stuff works, because it is fun. Anyway, enough shilling. I'm just gonna kind of let some of this footage play out, and I'm just gonna kind of like have it on, you know. I want to put out as much of this footage as possible just to showcase like what it really was like to be there. It was very peaceful. Everyone was super excited to be there. Everyone was super friendly. Like, I don't usually believe in Southern hospitality. I think a lot of that is just like gaslighting, you know. I'm not very trusting of a person. But being there, it was like, hey, like these people all, like we all were believing in one thing, and we were all working together to like just, not working together, but we were all just standing together in solidarity, and it felt like really cool, you know? And obviously there were, you know, some constables and some sheriffs, some police around, and I didn't really get footage of them because I didn't want to attract any sort of negative attention. I was mostly just getting footage of the protest. They were there, obviously, and it didn't exactly make me feel comfortable, but hey, you know, everyone else was super chill. Not a shred of violence, not a shred of any animosity, except towards, you know, the people who deserve it. And no real, like, party crashers. There was no one who was there to, like, just, like, crash the fun, you know what I mean? I was expecting at least one person to be there to just sort of, like, say the wrong thing, just to kind of, like, I don't know, be annoying, you know, just to be like edgy. I think there was one person who drove by and they screamed "Hail Trump." I think. I actually don't know if that actually happened or not. But no, most everyone here was on the same page, and we were all just standing together, and it was really cool. And the fact that there were so many of these protests happening everywhere else around the US on the same fucking day, like, it was cool. Do I think anything will happen from these protests realistically? Hard to tell. I want to believe in the goodness of people, and I want to believe that things will get better eventually, but you know, the cynic's perspective tends to be right in these days, and until we finally start getting some progressive leaders in office, I don't think it's going to really happen anytime soon. But yeah, you know, I still am holding out hope that one day things will get better. By the way, I just want to say, today, or the day that I was recording this, October 18th, was also Potemkin's birthday from Guilty Gear. And if you know anything about Potemkin's story, you would know that he doesn't believe the world is like right or just or, you know, any sort of like the ideal that he was sold as a kid. And yet he still fights for the hope of that to possibly come true in the near future. And no event I've witnessed with my own eyes has filled me with that same sense of like, oh shit, things are probably gonna get better eventually. We just have to work for it. So yeah, that's why this video is going up. That's why I'm saying all the things I'm saying. I hope you all had a great day. I'm excited to see if I show up in anyone else's No Kings videos. I think that'd be really funny. But yeah, no, obviously, fuck Trump. Fuck the current administration. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him in 2016 either. You know what's fucked up? The only elections I have been able to vote in as a voting adult have been 2016, 2020, and 2024. It was a bad time. Like, it's just been a bad time. Anyway, I've been trying to end this video for like 30 minutes. Have a good one, everybody. I'm gonna let the rest of this footage play out, and yeah, I hope you had a wonderful No Kings Day, and I hope that this video helps you believe that maybe one day things will get better. Yeah. Have a good one, everybody.
In the editing phase, I'm gonna go into maps and see just how far down this whole thing has come and visualize it on the screen, because geez, I don't think, man, it's incredible. Okay, got my water, got a pin. Probably should have been wearing that from the beginning, but hey, we make do, heading back out. I think the most encouraging thing, it's car wash. I think the most encouraging thing that I'm noticing from today is that a lot of people here are generally older, which I didn't expect. I didn't expect to see. I know older people tend to skew a little bit more politically active, but to see this many of what I assume to be Trump's main demographic being here to resist everything that's happening, it's encouraging. It's encouraging. Makes me feel like things will actually get better. You know what I mean? Kind of ironic wearing a Reagan shirt to this. That's awesome. No Kings! Oh my god, this crowd over here has only gotten bigger. Oh dude. Are we at 1,000? Be at 1,000. That's awesome. That is 100% true. Oh my God, dude. Wow. Oh boy, the dinos. Yo, no way, it's 2 members of Congress. Holy shit, I found him. I found you. Oh man. Love the outfit, boss. This is what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!